Hello, VC. This is Bradley in cold, wintry Ohio. I got my fireplace on in the other room, trying to keep me warm. We're having a cold spell. I'd like to talk a little bit about the Blue Note 75th anniversary reissues. Blue Note was founded in 1939. So their 75th anniversary was in 2014. And starting then for the next couple years, they have re-released 100 of their maybe classic albums, 5 per month for 20 months. And that is completed. In an interview with Don Was, he mentioned that they will probably continue this on in the future. Now, of these 100 albums, the vast majority are albums from the middle 50s to the middle 60s, mostly hard bop, along with some going a little freer in the middle and late 60s. Now these were sourced from the original masters. Bernie Grundman and Alan Yoshida mastered these down to high-res digital files, and that's what these albums are recorded from. They are not audiophile quality, but they are very good. So now you can buy these online, Best Buy or Amazon, for $16.99. $16.99. Now, if you buy them in a record store, it'll probably cost $19.99. Still a very good deal. When's the last time you bought a new album reissue for $16.99? You know, it just doesn't happen nowadays. So, how many were pressed? It varies on the title. Probably the most popular would be Blue Train by John Coltrane. So I don't know how many. I couldn't find any figures on how many they actually pressed. Blue Train, what, 10 to 15,000? I don't know. Some of the lesser known albums, I'm sure they didn't press near as many. Now these albums are 120 gram weight, which, as far as I'm concerned, it does not affect the sound quality. You know, compared to 180 gram vinyl, well, you're still cutting them in the grooves, so it just doesn't have as much weight to it. Like I said, the sound quality is very good. Some are really good. Others are, pretty good, you know. I think they came up with this, they were pressed at United, which a lot of people have a problem with United, their quality control. But overall, through this series, I've had a pretty good experience. The reason they came up with this series, I remember seeing an interview with Don Was, and he said he was at a convention or a show with independent record dealers, and they kind of complained to him, like, well, why don't you re-release some of the Blue Note at a really nice price point. You know, you can buy them. You can buy the audio file, Music Matters and all that, but you know, it's going to cost you, you know, quite a bit compared to what they came up with, $16.99. Now the I'll just show you here, for example, our Blakey Mosaic. They have, oops, the other way. They have paper sleeves inside which advertise the 75th anniversary. So, now the album covers on these are very, 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 very thin cardstock. I would assume if you are collecting these, you would put them in vinyl sleeves. With these 75th anniversary, I would say you must put them in vinyl sleeves. They are just really thin. You can hold them up to the light and look through, and you can see the actual printing on the back of the cover. So put them in a sleeve. That way when you pull them in and out of your record shelf, rubbing against other albums, they will probably hold up okay. So, I'll just kind of go through briefly, show you a lot of these 75th that I have. Okay, the first would be Art Blakey Mosaic. Free for All, Art Blakey. Those are 75th anniversary. Tina Brooks, True Blue, great cover. That is a 75th. Okay, this is a Prestige Clifford Brown Memorial. Another 75th is Kenny Burrell, Midnight Blue. Cannonball Adderley, Miles Davis, Something Else, 75th. This is Impulse, Love Supreme, Coltrane. This is the 75th, Sonny Clark, Cool Struttin'. Now this is one of the rarer, this is mono. Most of the other ones are stereo, which if I had my druthers, I'd probably take mono any day. Sometimes the separation is just a little pretty extreme, or, you know. Sonny Clark, Leapin' and Lopin', that is a 75th. Which I hadn't, oh, okay. Eric Dolphy, I thought I would get this. I'm not totally into the, freer jazz, but that cover is fantastic, and it's a good album. Now this is one of the newer ones, Robert Glasper. This is a 2-record set, double booked. I think that is on the 75th anniversary list. Which, if it's on the 75th anniversary reissue list, they will have they'll have a square Blue Note sticker on here, and it'll say 75th anniversary. So, Dexter Gordon, One Flight Up, 75th. This is not a 75th. This is a used album I bought. Round Midnight, well, the other side of Round Midnight by Dexter Gordon. That's very good. This is 75th. Go, Dexter Gordon. Another, I think this is, let's see. Okay, actually this is not technically a 75th anniversary. This just was a regular reissue, Dexter Gordon. Swingin' Affair. Our Man in Paris. This is 75th anniversary reissue. Idle Moments. That is also. A couple of Herbie Hancocks. Empyrean Isle. along with Maiden Voyage. Those are 75th. Okay, this one, Joe Henderson, In and Out. I don't think this is on the 75th list. Yeah, it might be. But this particular one was not, because the record is thicker and it doesn't have that 75th anniversary inner sleeve. Joe Henderson, this is the 75th. Page 1. Freddie Hubbard, Hubtones. That is not a 75th, so it's a thicker record, and it costs a little more. This is not 75th. This was a whatever, DOL. I bought it in the record store. I didn't realize it wasn't a true Blue Note. It's probably made in wherever, Czechoslovakia or something, but it sounds good. Jackie McLean, Capuchin Swing. That is 75th. Mingus that is not, that's on whatever, well, I think originally Columbia. This is not Blue Note. This is another Eastern European picture disc, actually. Sounds good, though. Lee Morgan. This, I think, is, yeah, that's the 75th anniversary. Another Lee Morgan, Cornbread. That is 75th anniversary. And of course, Lee Morgan, Sidewinder. That is 75th. Okay, then we go into Hank Mobley. I got a few of them. 75. Workout. That's 75th. Turnaround, Hank Mobley. That is 75th. This is Modern Jazz Quartet. This is Prestige, not a Blue Note. But it is a reissue. That quality is really good on that. Quebec Blue and Sentimental. That is a 75th. Sonny Rollins, Nuke's Time. That is 75th. Couple Horace Silver, Blowing the Blues Away. 75. I'm sure this is. Song for My Father. Jimmy Smith, which I've got quite a few of his CDs. But this is a 75th. Midnight Special. Got some Wayne Shorter. All these are 75th. Night Dreamer. Speak No Evil. Juju. Those are all 75th. Now this is not a 75th. This is a Blue Note reissue, but not 75th. Turrentine, along with his wife Shirley Scott on the Hammond organ. Originally released in '64. That's a reissue, but not a 75th. And last but not least is Real McCoy. McCoy Tyner. This is on the 75th list, although this particular one is not a 75th. It's a regular reissue. You can tell because it doesn't have the inside graphics, 75th, and it is a thicker record. So, and also, I can't get up right now, but I did buy the Gregory Porter Liquid Spirits. That is a, it's on the 75th list. I'm not sure. Whatever. And then I do have a couple others on CD that are on the list. Blue Train, of course. And Ready for Freddie, Freddie Hubbard. I have those on CD, but they're on the 75th list. I believe, well, I just want to mention a couple movies available. These are on Netflix about jazz. You might want to check them out. The first one is called I Called Him Morgan. It's a documentary about Lee Morgan. Excellent. Tells a story about when his wife, common law wife, I think, she shot him and killed him. Sad ending, but a great documentary. Another good documentary on Netflix. It's called Chasing Train, about John Coltrane. Super, very good. And a third one about another Blue Note artist it's called What Happened, Miss Simone. Simone, my mind's blank. But you know who I'm talking about. And also on the YouTube channels, you might want to check these out. There's one YouTube channel called Jazz Green. Jazz Green. They have some pretty good videos of, it's called the International Jazz World, I suppose, in Germany. And a couple of my excellent concert videos. Gregory Porter has one. It's like over an hour and a half. Fantastic. And also Trombone Shorty has a concert video on there, which is truly amazing. So you might want to check them out. So anyhow, this is Bradley. Stay warm. I'm going to try to stay inside today. So, later.